Debt Slavery, The Economics of a Banking Mafia, Rob Ryder. The following that you're about to hear is all the information you need to understand the economy and money, the mess we're in, and the only solution to get out of it. Money. Something generally accepted as a medium of exchange, a measure of value, or a means of payment. Examples could be oil, salt, food produce, tools, etc. Currency. Money in the form of paper, coins, and now digital currency. An economy. The management of available resources in terms of the production and consumption of goods and services. So, here we have an example. A community who live and have needs, have resources, and need to use their resources. They need to build homes, they need food, they need tools, they need equipment. Out of that need, they look at the available resources, use their imagination, and physically go out and produce things they need to survive and to thrive. Let's take an example. There's a neighboring community who are doing the same. None of that needs money, none of that needs a value, and none of that needs currency to exist. All that is done freely with the resources, the imagination, and the physical work of the communities. Now, let's say these communities want to exchange goods. Now, they can choose to do that freely if they wish, but that is not the world we live in. They want an exchange. Now, to do that, they will put a value on their product against your products. And sometimes that one bag of potatoes will be equally valued as that one bag of tomatoes, and an exchange can be made. That's called bartering. Now, that's a very difficult way to exchange things, as we have different ways of valuing things and we don't always have things that we want to exchange. So this other form of money called currency came into existence, which can be a piece of paper, a coin, whatever. It doesn't matter what it's made out. It's basically a token that has a value that represents a unit of productive energy, and that then can be exchanged. And this is how it works. If the community is doing 500 units of productive output, then that community would need 500 units of currency to facilitate all the changes. If that community, for whatever reason, don't need to produce as much, the production goes down, the money then has to come down to even out. Otherwise, if the money remains high, you'll get inflation because there's more money than productivity. If that community want to put more output, for example, produce 2,000 units of productive energy, they will have to increase the currency supply to 2,000 so that there's equal exchanges being made. Because if you don't, you'll get deflation. These naturally want to create a balance. As long as these are in balance, you won't get inflation or deflation. What should happen is this is the control mechanism. All this is free. The economy, the resources, and the people's willing to work is free. And the money should come in to serve the economy as a token. And that's it. What we have at the moment is a system where the money supply is controlled by private individuals and dictates to the economy. So we are controlled of what we can do. Even though we've got all the resources we need, all the will in the world, we can't do it without the money. And these people own the money, control the money, create the money, and tell us what to do with it. The main issue is they'll borrow £100 million here to stimulate the economy in which they choose, but they'll want £120 million back. It's called interest. And as the interest was never paid, what they'll do, they'll extend more money into the system with more interest, which still can't be paid. And eventually they'll come after what they really wanted in the beginning, is the people's assets and control of the economy. And they take that because the debt is unpayable. The entire financial system is run by private, unelected, and unaccountable people who meet in absolute secrecy to decide how much, or more accurate, how little money the world is allowed to spend and on what they spend it on. Money that has been largely conjured up completely out of thin air as an unpayable debt. It's a simple scam. What is the solution? It's no good talking about the problem unless you have a solution. The solution is we are the people, we own the resources, we have needs, we have imagination and the will to work. We, the people, take control of money creation. Through the Treasury, we produce money out of thin air, backed up by the work that needs to be done to build and maintain the infrastructure. That is the only job of our public servants, to build and maintain the infrastructure. We want £10 million worth of work to be done. We create £10 million out of thin air, debt-free. That feeds in to feed that work. When the work's finished, that money has to be taken out of society because the work's not there anymore. And if you want to produce more, you just produce more money again. Very simple. Privately, so that's the basic of the foundation produced from the Treasury. On top of that, we have the private economy. This we need to put back in the hands of the people also, with thousands of local, community, county, state banks, where the people have ideas, they find a need, they want to produce a product, they need money to bring that into existence as credit. We have community banks that will produce that credit, debt-free. Now, to service that, you could maybe pay an upfront service fee, which could be a small fee to pay the people's wages, or that could come out of a local community money pot. But the idea, it's a one-off payment that comes out of the existing monetary supply that's in circulation. So when the credit comes in, it's equal to the debts that left behind. And as your business grows, you pay that credit back and that kills off that money. So you're always maintaining equal. Economy and monetary supply is equal. You never get inflation, you never get deflation. The only way that can happen is if the people take back control of the monetary supply, money creation through the Treasury and through privately owned community banks, owned by the people, run by the people, and debt-free. There is no other way, and the people of this nation need this information because the whole government debt that is on our shoulders is a fraud, and they are now coming for all our assets, including our homes, including mine. Thank you.